O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Over 2,000 Toyotas are in stock and on their way to Toyota of Hollywood. Get our lowest price on every Toyota, including Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Tacoma, and RAV4. Like a 2024 Corolla LE, $19,975. Need credit? If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say you're approved at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard, baby. It is time to rock and roll. We are here. It's Thursday. We are live at Hialeah Park. It's a beautiful day. It's 3 o'clock like we normally are. We're back on schedule tomorrow, back at 10 a.m. in studio and everything. It's a beautiful thing. We got Bitcoin holding over 60,000 right now, 60,409. We got the market right now bleeding a little bit, down 221 points. The Dow, the S&P is down 47, and the NASDAQ is down. No, it's barely up, about a fifth of a point. So that's going on. And, of course, we are here having some fun at Hialeah Park. Yes.
And before we get started, Jules, screw you.
What happened? Did you put Friday or something?
No, I guess in the title it's got Wednesday show live, so they all call me. He calls me out.
Oh,
that's Sean Stanley. It's Thursday.
Oh, that's me actually.
And I'm kidding, Jules.
By the way, I did that title. You can't edit that shit, right? Can you edit it now? Try to edit it.
If we go off the air, blame-o.
No, I think the edit button on the top side, you might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't know if it'll let you edit that part Thursday on all of them. Well, YouTube's the most important one. If it lets you change it on the YouTube, do you know if you can change it on the YouTube, you change it on the YouTube. Do you know? You change it on the YouTube, and then it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It did change. It look so. Okay, I bet. So let me see if I refresh. Thursday. We got you, Jules. What are you talking about, bro?
Just for you, buddy.
What are you talking about? Is this Thursday there? What are you talking about? It says Thursday there. This guy's seeing things. It's a fig Newton of his imagination. Anyway, so welcome aboard. Thank you all. I appreciate you all out there tuning in. Thank you. Costa Nostra first in. Ocala Joe. Yes, sir. I have a fever, and the only prescription is Dolphins football and more Bitcoin. Amass. No doubt. Amass the Bitcoin. Amass till you have a Nicki Minaj ass. Let's go. Steven Gonzalez, Ray Sosa, True Fin Fan, Gus, Giovanni is in Hialeah. That's right. I'm in Hialeah. That's right. Jamie Zorria. I'm in Hialeah, and so is Jamie Zorria. No, he's not. He's in San Jose. Let's see. One-Eyed Jack. He's counting down 17 days until we are at walk-ons, baby. Walk-ons, yeah. Walk-ons. So remember, we're at walk-ons for 6 games this year. We still have 5-6 other games that we can still go to other bars or bar. I'd like to maybe get one more bar to have the rest of those dates. That would be really, really cool. But yeah, first couple of weeks we're at walk-ons for the Jags and then the Bills. The third week we're live in Seattle. It's beautiful. Can't wait. So we're also at walk-ons for the Raiders game, the Browns game, and both Patriot games. Okay? So those are the 6 games we're at walk-ons for. And there's the Fin Fest. And there's walk-ons. Okay, I see. I'm seeing it a little late there. I'm seeing it late on the YouTube. On the YouTube. So there you go. Think Blue Dodgers is checking in from Los Angeles. The more depth we have, especially in both the trenches, allows a committee strategy that keeps them fresh and hopefully lessens the injuries. Let's hope so. Oscar Rojas is smashing it, and the like button too. Brett Dodger, Brian Radke is in. He's in Pismo Beach, California. 805 Dolphin Nation. Adam Outdoor Bushcraft. Samuel Rosa. Skylar Tipton. I like it. Raul Porrata. Hit that like button. Thank you. Thank you, Raul. Big O, your score prediction for the season opener against the Jags, in my opinion, a tough season opener. I think they win by 10 points. How do you like them Appios? What else do we have? Miami Breaker 305 is hitting it. Ray Grullon is in. Thank you, sir, for the kind words. Frankie Fresco, did you hear the news? Ricochet just signed with AEW. So he bounced over. Ricochet.
Yeah, his contract had expired. I guess the 90 days is up, so now he signed. Yep, he'll be in London apparently.
Ricochet bounced.
Ricochet bounced. Yeah, he ricocheted.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I know where you're going. I got you.
So make sure you picked up on it.
100%.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Brett Dodger. Oscar Ross says, Big O, it's your show if you want to put Wednesday on. That was just me making a mistake. That was me, not him, actually. Stetson O, Lisa Rose, Jay Slim. Swan finally released my Bitcoin. Yeah, it takes a couple days. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's no big deal, bro. You get it and you move it, and I have a constant flow of Bitcoin because I buy practically every day. I get a couple extra bucks here, there, whatever. I buy and then it's there and it's just building up, and then I'm moving the pieces over. That's just because it's got to clear the bank and all that other crap, but it's not a big deal, dude. It's not something to whine about. That's for sure. Let's see. Dougie Fresh. Oh, how can I be the man if you're the man? How can I be the man if you're the man? Willie is out in Colombia. Richard Hernandez. Que hola, mi gente. True Fin fan. Brian Landis. EMT is in the Bahamas. Yaman. Let's see. Brian says he'll be at the gig in Hermosa Beach for Monday Night Football against the Rams. I look forward to hanging out with you, my brother. I look forward to hanging out with the Dolphins in Indy, in Buffalo, in Seattle, and in Los Angeles. It is the coolest thing in the world that we're doing that many trips this year. It's like, and Ray Martinez, thank you, sir, and your company. Thank you for stepping up big time. So that to me is it's a blessing. So we appreciate it immensely, and it's a great way for our show to hook up. Like you see the Los Angeles one, the takeover, and we'll be like we always are the last couple. It's 3 years in a row now. Walk-ons, right? Yeah, 3 years in a row now. So good stuff there. Did you watch the Union movie? No, I have not. I'll do it over the weekend, my brother. Okay. I'll definitely do it over the week. In fact, let me make another note of it because I always have my stuff with me. I have a couple things to watch. My daughter killed me a couple weeks ago. She bugged me for like 2 weeks straight. You got to see the Lego movie. You got to see the Lego movie. You got to see the Lego. Oh, it's fantastic. And I watched it, and I was like, yeah. Did you see the Lego movie? The latest one that it's like has all kinds of they play off all kinds of different little roles from the past. It's whatever. It just stuffed. I
think the only one I've watched is like the Star Wars Lego one. I think that's about it.
No. This is.
I haven't watched any of the actual movie.
The new one that's out on Netflix or whatever. And
I'll write that one down. Maybe I'll watch that one. Maybe.
Yeah, there was a lot of famous voices in it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
yours isn't in it.
No. I'm not.
The most famous voice of them all.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. Oh yes.
movie would have bombed completely. No, but I just wasn't impressed.
I feel like those movies are hit or miss depending on your mood. Actually,
I think it just, in order for an adult to enjoy it, it has to have a little bit more of an edge.
yeah, I agree.
And it didn't have enough of an edge. It had more of a kid edge. And so
There's more of an Adam Copeland instead of an edge.
Yeah, my daughter's 24, so she's still probably in that stage where, to her, but I was like, whatever. But hey, listen, I was still wondering when can I get that hour and a half back in my life. What was that?
Wasn't there another movie recently you watched that you wish you had the time back from too?
Oh, that was the superhero movie. The Deadpool Wolverine thing. It was
right. That's like what, 4 hours of your life you want back now?
That was 2 hours plus. Yeah. That was 2 hours, and I just was.
These are racking up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start getting some winners in there.
I don't run into a lot of new movies that are winners actually. So I find myself with my wife going over and watching movies that are 10, 20, and 30 years old, and that I didn't see them the first time or something, or she didn't see it, or I saw it, or she saw it and I didn't. And we'll say, oh, no, this is a good movie. Let's watch it. And it kind of refreshes you anyways because you hadn't seen it in so long. So that's what we're kind of doing lately. We've been doing a lot of that. Jafrard, thank you, sir. Luis Medina, thank you. Very nice. He says, Jafar says, good afternoon. Just got my order delivered. Thank you for all the extra goodies. You're welcome. Well, you hung in there. And those of you will be getting the ones that hung in there for those orders that took a little while. I haven't finished all of them. I still have a couple that I have to finish. But we're pretty close to about 80% of them. And as I'm sending them, I'm giving you guys, extra gifts. Because you waited, and so you were patient, you waited, and so you will get, you will be rewarded instead. No, most people don't do what I do. They just send it to you and say, thank you, and I appreciate it, and tell you, oh, hey, we'll give you 5% off on the next order or some crap like that. No, man, I'm going to give you extra stuff, and it ends up becoming really cheap what you ended up paying. You know what I mean? So I'll take the hit because of, what happened. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? It's all good. I'm a good karma guy. You meant well in supporting me by sending the money to buy the shirts. We had some issues with the stuff, okay? And we were in the middle of the poor man was bombarded. His business is super busy, and it was bombarded with huge orders. So it kind of delayed us, unfortunately, because we're small. But, it's just one of those things. And since you waited patiently, I figured I should reward you. And then that way it's, good faith, man. That's kind of how life should be. Good faith, right? You show the good faith in supporting me and Sean. Then I try to, make sure that you're rewarded for that good faith. And the fact that you didn't bust my balls. You know what I mean? I thought that was huge, that all of you, I could tell all of you are like really hardcore supporters of the platform because there was no ball busting whatsoever. Zero. I could tell you listen to the show, you hear the updates on it, and I would tell you, hey, man, I'm sorry, I'm having issues with it and all that kind of stuff. And then when you get your package, you get the extra stuff and you're like, hey, this is cool. At least I got some extra stuff. I didn't count on that. So that's kind of, it becomes like a little extra Christmas for you guys. And I appreciate it. And I thank you all. Thank you all every day. And please smash the hell out of the like button, man. Come on. We got 52 likes and 127 watching right now. And thank you all out there. Let's see. Check MP says Big O, half point PPR, 12 team. Who do you take with the number 2? Give me the list, bro. Give me the players. I'm not thinking that right now. So you're gonna have to tell me what. I don't know if it's a full free agency, if there's any keepers. So Alex is back on. Alex is having electric issues because the storm that went by. I had a power surge in my house too, actually, but it just was a surge with the little lemon twist, and it came back right away. PNS slots, Big O. Where in Seattle are you planning to be? I lived 10 years there, and we are going for the game. Uh-oh. There you go. That will be broadcasting at the Cove. That's the Sunday game, right? That's the Sunday game. Actually, I forgot to tell you, I've made a executive decision. We go to a half hour before the game ends. So you and I have time to get in the car, go 13 miles to the train station, get on the train, and go to the stadium, and then we'll go for a couple of quarters, and then we'll come back on because they told me do not drive. They told me somebody that one of the guys that is part of all of this told me, hey man, he told me what to do, and so the train station apparently is 10 minutes away from the Cove. And so you'll know, sir, PNS slots will be there at the Cove. By the way, I'm also going to the Paul Weller concert on Thursday night at the Moore Theater. Okay? Just so you'll know. So I'm going to do that. I may go to another concert there, but for sure I'm going to Paul Weller. I don't know if you're into Paul Weller. I don't know what kind of music you're into whatsoever, but obviously Style Council, the Jam, and his solo stuff. So if you're going to that, you can catch me there. But I will be at the Cove Saturday for the party. So what's it called? Solo D is there, and 305 Sports Babe, and all the guys are going to be there, and a bunch of Fin fans. It's like a Fins fans get together on Saturday at the Cove. So I'll be broadcasting live from it. So you guys, we'll have an extra camera so you guys can see the vibe and all that kind of stuff. I'll get Solo D on and bother him a little bit. I'll get 305 Sports Babe on. We'll have some fun. And we'll talk Dolphins and all that good stuff. And it'll be a good get. It'll be a great get together. Does any show do the stuff that we do? Not really, right? Draft shows in Vegas, so it's pretty cool. So it's awesome. And by the way, if you live in Indy, we'll be there for the Indy game. We'll be at the Tavern on South in Indy. Okay. We'll be at the River Pub in Niagara, which is 40 minutes from Buffalo. It's a Dolphins bar. So we'll be hitting the road, baby. We'll be hitting the road. Let's see. Jafrard says we must be from the same generation, brother. I'm old school, man. I'm old school. So let's see. Frankie says, Big O, what is your initial take on Anthony Weaver's defense? Do you feel the defense? I've already talked about this. I think you need to see the interview from last Friday with Furones. And we kind of go into it. I love it, and I love the fact that he's multiple, and that it was Tuesdays? It was this week, Tuesday? Oh, this week, Tuesday. There you go, Frankie. For me, everything kind of was all in one day. So Tuesday, check it out. We kind of go in length on it, and we talk about it. But I love it. I love the flexibility of it. I love that he's already coming in with the mindset of adjustments instead of this is my system. Square peg must go in round hole. That he was kind of cavemanish. And again, we go back to what? We go back to Warren Buffett. Sometimes you don't have to adjust. Sometimes what you do is just fine. It's worked for you. Why do you need to adjust? And that's what the old man felt. This guy is going to adjust. And so I love it already. I grew up with Shula, dude. You know, you didn't, Frankie, but I grew up with Shula. And nobody adjusted better than Don Shula. The only guy that I ever seen, South Florida history, his name is Eric Spoelstra, who adjusts to whatever different kind of team he's had over the years. He doesn't have, like Riley's teams were all basically the same kind of teams. Center led, inside outside game, it was kind of all the same thing. With Magic, you kind of had a little bit of a different, but it was still center related with Kareem there. Okay, so it was still, but with Spo, he has changed, just like with Shula. Oh, I've got greasy and I can pass and I can throw a lot more to Warfield, but why am I going to do that? I got a dominant offensive line and three running backs. Let me kick your ass with that. And I got a dominant defense. Oh, wait a minute. I got a limited quarterback. I got Woodstock. The stroker can sling it for me. And Woodley can get some yards for me with the legs. You know what? I got a solid defense. Let me rely on a conservative offense and a running game, and let me play. Oh, I got Dan Marino. Okay, I can let it fly now. I don't have to worry so much about the running game. I have a guy that has a gift. So I saw Shula adjust. You know what I mean? And to me, those are the best coaches. The best coaches are the ones that can come at you and play with different players and different styles, and because they have to change. Those are the best coaches I've ever seen in my life. I'm not saying that other coaches aren't great if they have a system and they're able to interchange the players inside their system, and they keep the same philosophical way all the way through. I'm not saying that doesn't work, okay? Because it worked for Vince Lombardi, it worked for Bill Walsh, it worked for Tom Landry. It worked for Gibbs, actually, yes, because and Gibbs was even better because he interchanged the quarterback, which he proved that his system was beautiful, that he could interchange, because the quarterbacks were different. They were a little different in their own ways. So, but his system was able to adjust to, all the quarterbacks. So those are the best coaches. The best coaches are the ones that can adjust. Okay, I got Doug Williams. Okay, but wait a minute. He's different than Joe Theismann. So I can play them differently. On 3rd and 4, I need Theismann to pass. Well, on 3rd and 4, I can use Doug Williams to run the ball or pass. So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Mark Rippon, you weren't going to be passing. I mean, you weren't going to be running either. You're going to be passing. Okay? It just, you gotta look at it that way. And that's what I love about Weaver. I love that he has that in him, that he is going to adjust to what's going on and what talent he has. And let me tell you, the best way you survive the first year or two as a coordinator when you take over somewhere is adjusting. You know why? You don't have what you need. When you get there, you don't have all the players you need exactly. You don't have all the players that in your mind, the scheme that you want to run, the exact type of players, you haven't filled all of that. You're not even close. So you're going to have to adjust with the stuff you inherited. And that's where the old man failed last year. He failed to adjust. Watch Kohu. Kohu is comfortable. He wasn't comfortable last year. Cam Smith was fine. He's just got injured. You know what I'm saying? The Patrick McMorris kid, didn't hear shit from him last year. He's shining right now. Here's Storm Duck. The old man had no time for Storm Duck. Anthony Weaver, come, young man, we can teach you. Our front office scouted you, believes in you. Okay, my job is to get the best out of you, not to sabotage you. Let's see, what else do we have? So weird seeing in division trades happening. Feels like it's becoming more common now, especially with the Dotson trade. Yeah. Good afternoon, Lenny. Samuel says, I grew up with Shula and adjusted to 3 different generations. Exactly. That's and that's where us old guys and gals, we see Spo and we're like, son of a bitch is just like Shula. Just like, that's my highest compliment for Eric Spoelstra. He's just like Shula. That's my highest compliment. Okay? Just like Shula. When you get to the championship game with that team he's gotten to the last couple of years, that's like getting there with Woodstock. It's the equivalent. You're like, man, we made the Super Bowl. Holy shit. We've got Woodstock and we made the Super Bowl? Like, wow. We're beside ourselves. Beside ourselves. Everything that went on that year with the scabs and everything else, and we're in the Super Bowl with Woodstock. We're like, wow. Crazy shit. And we lost to the aforementioned Joe Gibbs. Yes. Big O J-Lo, that Boricua is a handful. Yeah. Yeah. You come for the ass and then you leave for the crazy. She's fine. She's beautiful. And then you got to get out. Although, as I talked about that yesterday, Ben Affleck is a disaster himself. Okay. He was married to something normal named Jennifer Gardner. Jennifer Gardner looks like a fantastic woman to be married to. Okay. She looks normal. You F that up. So, that guy is his own problem too. But she is obviously a disaster. Like I said, the best thing that she does right now, she sells her wedding ring collection right now. She gets us out of our $35 trillion deficit as a country. That woman's been married so much. She could just all those wedding rings, except for the one from the dancer. That one came from a 25-cent machine. But all the other ones, put it all together, she eliminates the country's deficit. J-Lo. We know you come from the 51st state. We know officially they haven't made you the 51st state. But hey, Jenny, sell all the blocks. Is Storm Duck making the cut? Does he listen to this show, Frankie Fresco? Does he listen? Does he listen to the show?
He hasn't been listening. He's been in LA. He's doing some.
Was he listening last week?
I don't know.
Was he listening all this week?
He hasn't listened at all this week.
Apparently he doesn't listen to the show. Apparently he doesn't keep up. It's on demand there, there, Frankie. Yes, Frankie. He's already made the team. He's already made the team. Jason Maitre already made the practice squad if they slip him through. Let's see what else. Ben Affleck is never. No, I know Ben Affleck is a disaster. I could never defend. Like, I can't defend J-Lo, but I'm not gonna blame J-Lo for Ben Affleck. You're stupid. You pick Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I get anyone enticed with marrying J-Lo. She's gorgeous, bro. Gorgeous. But eventually you get tired of crazy. Crazy overcomes gorgeous. It's that old line. I'm sorry for the ladies out there because it's going to be a very sexist line. Show me a beautiful woman and I'll show you a man who's tired of having sex with her. And that is guaranteed. You could be, unless you're a 60-year-old fart, and you're marrying a 25-year-old, and that's why you're marrying her, because she's just a side piece. It's not really love, and she's with you because she's getting a free ride. Okay, great. But if you actually are going to have a relationship with somebody, and the sex can only go so far, dude. The looks can only go so far. If there isn't a conversation, if there isn't any kind of connection, if there isn't anything real, it will never last. You'll be miserable. You'll be with a beautiful woman and miserable. And most people say, well, how can you be miserable? Well, that's because in the end, you married somebody you have no connection with, and you can't do that. So people learn their lessons. Now, unfortunately, for this woman, J-Lo, it seems like she's a romantic. But like I said yesterday, she has a problem with a lack of selflessness. She's still too much into herself. And while you're that, you will not be able to be a great wife or husband or a father or mother. If you're too much into whatever you're doing and you're not going to compartmentalize, that word we love to use on the show, and you're not able to do that, and hey, you are a husband, you are a father, you are a mother, you must play that role. That's not a role that you just pass it on to the maid. You know what I'm saying? So and relationships are the same way. The sex is only going to carry you so far, dude. The only way the sex stuff works, again, old man, young woman. Everybody knows why they're there. Everybody knows why the agreement's made, and everybody has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it works. That's the way it works. So what can I tell you? Let's see, what else do we have? Thrill Williams was affected by old man Fangio as well. Yeah, I know he had injuries. Didn't Trill Williams go like into wrestling or something? Didn't Trill Williams do something else now or something? I forgot what it was. No, but okay. But Trill Williams, like I don't know why I'm thinking like he went into like something different than football. And it was like, whoa, like the injury must have been serious. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's with another team. Maybe it's my mistake. Listening from the Garden, these girls are like WNBA players, big girls. Let's see. "17 days away from the Finns taking the field." Yes, sir. J-Lo is the Elizabeth Taylor of our time. Pretty close. Yep. You have to ask yourself, is she blue worthy? I don't know. EJ, you went over my head, my brother. I don't know what that means. Is she blue worthy? Is she marriage worthy? Is that what that means? I don't know what that term means. I don't know what that slang term means. I'm sorry, dude. I'm wrong there. Big O, I'll be 38 in October. This Dolphin season is pivotal to my fanship. I need the Super Bowl like I need oxygen. I'll be 58, bro. I need it worse than you do. How did she escape charges when she got rid of that gun for Diddy? I have no idea. I don't know what she did, what she was involved in, or what. Hey, at that point, you're not really guilty. You're just guilty of association, and you're in the middle of something. You're young. You're trying to get your career off. I think you're just trying, if anything, to separate yourself, and because you've been thrown into the middle. It's not like she kept on that kind of life. The other guy did. That's his life. So I'm not going to blame her for trying to, whatever she did, if she did anything, because maybe she did nothing, dude, but I can't blame her for trying to just survive and get the hell out of the way. That's what anybody would do in that situation. Okay, you certainly don't want to sully yourself with the whole thing and then take yourself down along with everything else. Don't think that would be smart. Sam, I am Jaja-esque. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, he did try out for wrestling, says Les Jams. That's what it was? So it was that, right?
He was at the SummerSlam tryouts that they held just recently in Cleveland.
There you go.
Yeah. No, because I went to I was looking at his Insta.
Useless information is floating in this thing like crazy.
Yeah, so
I remember reading it somewhere.
He's retweeted a lot of stuff about the bloodline and everything, but yeah, so I guess he recovered from his ACL tear, and then he went and tried out at the SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Yeah, see, I knew that he went and did something there, and I said wrestling. I think I did say wrestling.
No.
Yeah. And so I remember reading it. It's just not something that I'm going to talk about on the show. It's just something you read, and then it just just files back there, and then it comes out because there you go. All of a sudden, somebody brings up Trill Williams. So, and there you go. I had a fun fact about Trill Williams. So, how do you like them apples? Big O, you remember that old thing they used to say about Shula? Oh, yeah, no, that was Bum Phillips. He can be his'n with your'n and your'n with his'n. That's how it goes. Yes, I remember it, but it was Bum Phillips, and it goes just like that. He can be his'n with your'n and your'n with his'n. Nobody liked Bum. Bum had a way with words that was, a Southern style. Let's see. Trill was recently there, a podcast defending Tua's Flores comments. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to get like AVG. They talk to him. Okay, he's on the Vikings. He's playing for his defense. Let me ask you about Brian Flores. Just go ask a Russian right next to the Kremlin about Putin. Why don't you? What answer were you expecting? Oh, man. Let's see. The blue Viagra pill, I think he means. Oh. To compare Elizabeth Taylor to Jenny from the Block is an insult, in my opinion. To who? To who? Some will tell you Jenny, and some will tell you Elizabeth, Elizabeth Taylor, when she was young, oh my God, that woman was stunning, stunningly beautiful. EJ Barros says, I was referring to the little blue pill. There you go. It figures, you always joking around. I should have picked up on that. Dumbass. Big O, your impressive knowledge of useless facts ranks right up there with your golden singing voice. There you go. That's strong. This voice, I've got the pipes. I've got the pipes. Right. What else do we have going on? Remember, of course, folks, you can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And we are here at Hialeah Park. They've got an Alfa Romero downstairs they're giving away at the end of the month on the 31st. That night at 1 a.m., which becomes the 1st. So on the night of the 31st at 1 a.m., they give away the Alfa Romero. Now, how do you get in? Well, downstairs, they got some loose slots. Okay, so you want to enjoy everybody loves loose slots, right? You know what I'm saying? So you go down there, every time you pull that lever, press that button, you get an entry. And the more you play, the more entries you get. And you've got to be here in order to win it. Okay? I come every time. And I'll be here again. I'll try to win it. What the hell? I'm not a Hialeah Park employee. I'm eligible. Sean is eligible. You're eligible. So come on out and play the games, and then join us on the 31st that night. I'll be here trying to win it. If you win, give us a ride home, I guess. What the hell? You know? Well, you know what? If you win, we'll go to Chico's. That's what we'll do. We'll celebrate. Frankie says, Ben has a solid list of women. What are your top 3 male actors that have had the best women when it comes to relationships? Well, DiCaprio has to be there. DiCaprio has, you know how many models and women that guy has slept with? DiCaprio is the best. DiCaprio could be number 1, dude. I don't know if anybody beats Leo. Yeah, I don't know. Why even have a list? Once you put Leo on the list, it's over. I don't think there's. Yeah, it's over after that. I don't really know anybody else that. Yeah, Jeter had a nice run. He did. Yeah, but this guy's run's gone on a lot longer, bro. A lot longer. What? What? You're looking at the list? Yeah, his dating list is. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's the conga line. It's the conga line. Yes, it challenges Will Chamberlain. Giselle Bündchen. He banged Giselle before Brady. Yeah, bro. Leonardo DiCaprio is a legend, and I'm not talking about his acting. Are you kidding me? Leo is the man. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. It's just like he changes models like you change underwears. It's ridiculous. What are you reading? Give me some names. What'd you say?
It's just funny because every one of them says they remain friends.
They
remain friends. They dated for 5 years. They remain friends.
Oh yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, rarely do you hear about like, oh, Leo's a bad guy, this, that, whatever. He just moves on to the next babe, and yeah, but he does the Derek Jeter thing. There was no real gift basket, but he's a gentleman, and so So I don't know. I don't know after Leo. I don't know who's going to compete with them. To be quite honest, it's got to be somebody that's been a lifelong bachelor, and then you can go with somebody like that. That's been kind of doing it. Pete Davidson's had a nice run, I got to say. Kate Beckinsale, and obviously, I mean Kim Kardashian. That odometer's been around a whole bunch, but she is still very good looking. There's no doubt. He's had a nice run here. There's no doubt. Brad Pitt too. Yeah. But I'm still going Leo. Leo over all of those people right there you mentioned.
Here's the list that I have. I don't know. I might mispronounce some names, so I apologize now. Blake Lively. Tony Garn, Nina Agdal, Kristen Zhang, Gigi Hadid, Eva Herzegova, Naomi Campbell, Rihanna.
Rihanna? Leo had Rihanna?
Well, you know what? Hold on a minute now. Hold on. I got to open these up. They're some of them are saying they're rumored because they were seen together in 2015.
Yeah, so, bro. Leo is Leo's used his penis like a paintbrush.
Victoria Soretti, Helena Christensen, Victoria Lamas. I'm gonna butcher.
I don't know half those models, but the names alone make me horny.
Anne Vincina, Camila Marone, Aaron Heatherton, Giselle Bündchen, Kelly Rohrbach,
Bar Raffelli?
Raffelli. Amber Valletta, Bridget Hall, Eden Polani, Bijou Phillips, Kat Torres, Arena Sheikh.
Oh, yeah. Arena Shriek.
Oh, it's
Yes.
SHAYK.
Yeah. I know who she is.
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
who she is.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
I know some of those. And again, those are the ones we know. Those are the ones we know. Right? Is that the site Who Dates Who? Oh, go to the site Who Dates Who. I do radio for a living. So I got to know, I got to know where to go. You got to know where to go to get the info. Who dates who? And now you put DiCaprio and tell me what it looks like, because that's all that site does.
Do you want who he's been in relationships with or who he's had encounters with?
Either way, it ends up in sex.
And then there's rumored to have hooked up with.
Either way, it ends up in sex. None of us care if he actually cared.
All right. So
we just care that he cared to lay.
Let's see here.
That's all. It's all about a vicarious type of thing here.
There's a Paris Hilton in here.
Just one night?
Just 1 year. 2000.
No.
That's all it says is 2000.
No. Her porn video was called One Night in Paris.
I know that. I'm saying. Apparently, he may have starred in that.
Huh?
He may have starred in one of her other nights. Lindsay Lohan's in here.
Woo! Oh, yes.
Bridget Hall.
That's a
Kate
wild
Moss,
bug.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Emma
Button.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Lorena Ray. Elizabeth Turner. Kelly Rohrbach. Tony Garn. Let's see here. Carmen Electra. Let me move on to the rumored to have hooked up with.
Okay. Who dates who? You got that's
Kat Torres, Barbara Palvin, Miranda Kerr, Emma Miller, Ashley Roberts, Natalie Denning, Vanessa Trump.
Really?
Alicia Silverstone.
Wow.
Caitlin Keats, and that's going back in 94, 95 times here.
Yeah, no, he's been at this for a while, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Leo. Nobody touches Leo, bro. Well, apparently a lot of people touch Leo, but I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay.
There's 85 names on the list.
85?
Yeah.
That was just in the last week.
Yeah.
DiCaprio's enshrined in the Drop-In Panties Hall of Fame. His bust is in front of the building. There's no doubt. No doubt. A good run of doping, unsuspecting women, laughable and embarrassing. All right, you got to be tired. You guys are tired. That's something else, right? That's not Leo.
Leo ranks 6, by the way, on Who Dates Who. He's number 6.
Really? Give me the 5 in front of
Well,
him.
I don't know how to look up. How do you look up ranking?
No, give me the 5 in
It says
front of him.
rank 6. That's all I know. Right there, look, rank 6.
Inquiring minds have got to know.
This is your website. I don't know how to look up.
Because Cristiano Ronaldo is like married. If he wasn't married, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. So popular celebrities, I guess maybe it must go by because it's got Taylor Swift, Henry Cavill, Alan Delon, Blake Lively, Shia LaBeouf?
Sky
Jackson, sorry.
Oh, Sky
Jackson, and then Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay,
I'm guessing that's how many times they've been looked up.
Yeah. So
it's not in there. Miley Cyrus in the top 10, by the way.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I get it. But that's for different.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's whose number of times they've been searched, maybe.
Yeah. Getting horny with those names, hilarious. So there's some hot names there. What do you want me to? You want me to lie to you, dude? You know what I mean? It's not like you guys aren't getting any reactions off of it either. Like, hey, that's interesting. Damn, he got her. Warren Beatty is an OG. That's a very good one, Oscar. You're very old. Okay? All right. Now go get some shampoo. Let's see. Mick Jagger had a nice run. I'm sure he did. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I looked at Ryan Reynolds' list. Not bad. Yeah. It's just Leo's at another level, you know? If you're a male getting around, other women can sense that and want to try it out. Very true. That is very true. That is very true. Let's get to 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. The great Alan Blanco. Folks, you need some custom printing and embroidery for your business, hats, shirts, you name it. Call my friends at 3A Graphics. Anywhere in the country, you can call them because you guys can do all of that by mail and by email and Zoom and all that kind of stuff. You don't really have to live in South Florida, but of course, you can do it that way too. Reach out to 3A Graphics and call Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Please support the great sponsors that support us. Friday night, Dolphins will visit the Buccaneers and wrap up, baby, the preseason. 7:30 kick. Buccaneers favored by 3. Over and under is 37.5. Dolphins plus 136 on the money line, and the Bucks are minus 162 on the money line. You degenerates if you're betting that. Saturday, 7:30, Chase Stadium. InterMiami hosting Cincinnati. One hell of a game. Alex Windley will join us at the top of the hour to talk a little bit about that. InterMiami plus 105 on the money line. Cincinnati plus 210 on the money line. Tonight, Paycor Stadium, 8 o'clock. It's the Colts and the Bengals. And for you degenerates out there, the Colts are favored by 6.5. And the over and under is 34. It's Colts minus 278 on the money line. Bengals plus 225. At Arrowhead, 8:20 tonight. Bears at the Chefs, and the Bears are favored by 1. The over and under is 32, and the Bears are minus 130 on the money line. The Chefs are plus 110 on the money line. The Falcons, by the way, agree to an extension with cornerback A.J. Terrell, $81 million over 4 years, $65.8 million guaranteed. The 23-year-old is now locked into a contract through the 2028 season. And the Dolphins are off today. Tomorrow, they will get back on the field and wrap up the preseason. That is your 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. All right. Oh, man. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? Of deportes? You know, as for the Angel Reese, I got to give her some credit. She, besides having a hell of a year for her team, she got a new sponsor, and props to the sponsor and props to Angel Reese. Why? Well, she gets Reese's Candy as a sponsor now. The Hershey Company and Angel Reese came together on a partnership that will have the WNBA rookie star serve as a brand ambassador for Reese's Pieces candy, according to the boardroom. There's even a collection of Angels X Reese's swag with the first drop featuring T-shirts, hats, and hoodies. So there you go. Reese's Pieces from Angel Reese. That's pretty cool and smart. I like that. I like that big time. And good for her. You gotta cash in, dude. You got one life. Cash in right now and take advantage. And take advantage of your popularity at this time and for women's basketball too. You know, overall. The good thing is she can thank Caitlin Clark. The league should be, instead of some of the idiots in the league going after her, you should be thanking her. You know, it's interesting how reverse racism happens, and people don't talk enough about it. But it's only worth talking when it happens the other way. It's interesting, right? Because it's interesting when we had a very famous black golfer and we said, wow, he elevated the sport. What did they all say? He did, right? They all said, oh, he was great for the sport. He's awesome. Was anybody trying to tackle Tiger out in the course? Were they trying to hit him with the golf clubs? Were they trying to hit him with the golf balls? The ex-wife. That's a good point. It's a good point. But it's like it was the theme while he was there. It was the theme. That was the theme. Everybody talked about it. Tiger's so great for the sport. He's lifted this. He's raised all the purses. He's getting people from the African American community to watch and become fans that they would have never become. Interesting. But when it happens the other way, it's not embraced. By some, of course. Not all are ignorant idiots. Not all. Now okay. Okay. All right. No problem. All right. Okay, no problem. You got it. But I mean, think about it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Is Caitlin Clark, do they not all get charter flights now? Yeah. Is her games not being moved to like NBA arenas? Is the WNBA more in the general talk because of Caitlin Clark? And Angel Reese, God bless you. You're a terrific player, but you needed the villain role in order to build yourself up. And guess what you needed? The giant to go after. Without Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese doesn't get the same kind of vibe, doesn't get the same popularity, because you need the Tiger. You need the Larry Bird. You need the Magic Johnson. You need the Michael Jordan. You need the Shohei Ohtani. And, just love the reverse racism. And I love the cowards everywhere that aren't willing to address it. Not because they can't. They work on networks and they're afraid of pissing people off and all that. I'm not, bro. I'm not worried about that. So, just Angel Reese. You can thank Caitlin Clark there. She helped you get that sponsorship, because she's like the number one draw in the league. It's the person that they want to see. And the WNBA is a terrible run league. Terrible. David Stern must be looking down, laughing at the horrible leadership of the WNBA. They have a superstar, and they don't even know how to take advantage of it, protect it, embrace it, promote it. Golf gets one that doesn't look like the normal golfers, and all they did was embrace the shit out of it. Like, call him for what he was. He was the Messiah. Call her for what she is. She's the Messiah. Anyway, so just is what it is. All right, let's take a quick break. Hour number 2 is next. When we come back, Alex Windley is going to join us. We'll talk a little football with Alex Windley as Inter Miami gets ready for. I just wish the town felt the way I feel about Saturday. Okay, I know Alex feels it because she covers it and all of that. But for me personally, not just because I'm a media guy, but also I'm a born and raised hometown guy, and I've been a part of the Strikers, the originals, and the reissue of it with Tim Robbie, bringing it back. Miami FC and the Fusion and every type of combination we've had over the decades. And now finally we have like a real ownership group and franchise going. And what a massive game tomorrow. I wish we had that buzz for it because it deserves it. It really does. We'll talk to Alex to start hour number 2. And I've also got to tell you about the Tua Volcano. That'll come after Alex. We'll talk about the Tua Volcano right here on the Big O Radio Show, hour number 2 from Hialeah Park.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Howdy! Yes, hour number 2, and I promised you that Alex Windley would be joining us. AAW_1998. You can catch her work there at the Bleacher Report, 90 Minutes US, and of course the Heron Report, or the Heron's Nest, that is. And we'll talk about that, so you can subscribe after. Alex, good afternoon. Thank you for taking some time.
Thanks for having me on. I was just looking at the MLS playoff schedule here. My apologies. But yes, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I am so jacked for tomorrow because, one, that was an embarrassing game the last time they played them. You're not going to play them with Messi. So you got to somehow try to see if you can win this one without Messi and send a nice message. But I don't think that South Florida in general really understands how big of a game this is on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think honestly, I wouldn't say this game is the big one. Yes, they can qualify for the playoffs, but it's more so them.
It's not even that for me about qualifying for the playoffs. It's about the rivalry now. It's about the challenge of Cincinnati, of overcoming that, because that's we've kind of seen that, right, this season so far. It looks like it's going to be those are the two best teams right now in the conference.
Yeah, I'd say so. Honestly, I do think the squad will be ready. I know Mateus Rojas and Noah Allen spoke with the media a couple days ago, and they mentioned that the team is preparing for this, and obviously they want to erase the poor result that they had, 6-1 a couple of weeks ago, and naturally there's a competitive element there. But yeah, I think the game will be big in a sense that they can clinch a playoff spot, but ultimately, you want, these guys are fighting for Supporters Shield and ultimately just hoping and getting Messi fit and ready for the playoffs. So yeah, it'll be a big game in regards to just the playoff picture and obviously getting one over in Cincinnati again, and if they win, they clinch that spot as well. So yeah, I think it'll be
a message, because if you beat them without Messi and you come back and they're like, oh God, okay, so we got them on that one and now they got us without Messi. And then if you run into them in the playoffs with Messi, then they're going to go, oh crap, now they've got Messi. Now it gets ugly for us, that kind of stuff. So mentally, I think a win by Inter on Saturday sends a huge message to Cincinnati.
Right. And yeah, ultimately, I think that for the guys, it's the clinch that playoff spot and hopefully come out with no injuries, especially as close as the team's getting to the playoff time and playoff mode. They don't want anyone, just getting another long-term injury. We already seen that with Facu Farias and Nico Freire. So, hopefully it's just to play a clean game, hopefully get the win and qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. So who is Inter missing tomorrow besides Messi's?
Oh, no one. Everyone's fit. It's just
everybody?
It's just Messi. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. And how far, I mean, not that it's an impossible question. I put you in a terrible, position, but what do you think? Are they just pacing this thing because, hey man, you're in a great spot now, no need to hurry him, let's get him ready for the playoffs? So how long do you think he's got left till he returns?
Yeah, so for Messi, obviously Miami, they haven't officially qualified for the playoffs, but with their points tally, they're obviously going to make it. And for Messi, it's no rushing him. We saw that last season where they won the Leagues Cup and then they pushed for US Open Cup, and Messi just took on too much of a load at that time. And by the time they tried to push for that playoffs spot, the entire team was gassed. So there's no point in rushing him. Now, I did read a hero report from Hernan Kloss from Argentina, I believe. I'll double check his name so I don't get it incorrect. We'll always want to attribute the report. But yeah, there were some reports saying that Messi, the team's basically resting him and making sure he's fit for the playoffs and ready for that. And the team's been playing well without him. And like you said earlier, once Messi gets back into the fold, it's another weapon Miami has in their front arsenal. So it was Hernan Kloss who stated that the team's slowly working him towards full fitness. Messi, they're aiming for him to get back against the Union around September 14th. So he'll still get a couple of regular season games under his belt if that's what they're targeting. But yeah, there's no need to rush him. The team's playing okay. Just they're playing okay without him, and they're winning.
Oh, it's like great without him.
With Messi, it's better, obviously. But
yeah, man, but they've played great without. There's no way any of us expected them to put up the record that they've put up without Messi. Really, I did not. I didn't, because what we had before was for the last, since Tata took over, this is what's actually gotten me off Tata's ass after everything, because I hated to watch this team without Messi. It was like you capitulated. It was done. It was an automatic loss pretty much every time. Now, man, it's been my favorite stretch, Alex. I've told you this before. This has been my favorite stretch of Inter Miami's short history, because you have grown up a little bit without dad in the lineup all the time,
Yeah, and I also think that it has to do a lot with Chris Understand and the coaching staff, getting in the young players like a Redondo, bringing in defensive reinforcements in Freire before he got injured, then David Martinez as well. Tata doing a really good job at developing players who, the fan base write it off really quickly, like Diego Gomez. Now he's one of the top players and heading off to the Premier League in the winter. So I think this is just like a PSA to fans to let younger players develop and not rag on them too quickly. Same thing with the manager. He's not going to get it right the entire time. Yes, you can criticize, which is criticize him, but you also have to acknowledge the good that the coaching staff has done and the front office as well. But it's a
Wright, another young kid, Wright, has been
Yannick Bright as well, who's a super draft pick, able to Tata was able to develop him pretty well, and hopefully Miami doesn't lose him too quickly as well. So
By the way, your boy Ian Frey scored the other night for Inter Miami too.
Yeah, that game was a little strange. He was playing as like a hybrid center back, right wing back, and he did well. And I know a lot of Inter Miami fans want him to start for the first team, and as a lot of journalists do. But this is a player coming back from 3 very serious knee injuries, and you don't want to put too much on him too soon. So naturally, him playing 1 out of every other game would probably suit him right now. Obviously, I do think he'll get playing time as the stretch goes on and during the playoffs. But right now,
plus they're loaded. They're loaded. I mean, if they were struggling, then they might had to push a little bit more. But they've got depth like they've never had before. That's the beauty of this team right now. That's the reason why this stretch has been so good without Messi. This is a deep team now.
Yeah, and that's why I keep giving kudos to Chris Henderson and the coaching staff for identifying these players and developing them and selling them on with Diego Gomez, and next season as well they're going to have an opportunity to bring in more young talent with Diego Gomez being sold on, and more players are going to look at Miami as a destination where they can get to Europe and play alongside Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Suarez if he stays on. So it's a good time for Inter Miami, but they obviously have to capitalize on that and win some additional silverware as the season continues.
Alex, it looks like Messi will never play in the new stadium, huh?
We don't know. 2026. I don't know if I should say this, but because it's more so like speculation. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if the construction will continue. If it'll get to that point where it's feasible for him to stay on. But yeah, every player.
His contract runs through 2025, right?
Yeah, but every player, when they sign, usually not alone, like when they sign contracts, there's usually a club option for an additional year. For example, Jordi Alba, his contract ends this season, but he has a club option for 2025, which I imagine the club will take him up on that. And it's kind of like an open secret. I don't want to say, it wasn't explicitly written in Messi or Busquets' contract that they have an additional year, but usually when players sign on to something, there is a club option for an additional year. Look at Robert Taylor. When he signed to the team back in 2022, there was a club option for 2025, which I believe the team took him up upon and maybe restructured his contract a little bit so they can give him an extension. So I don't know. Let's see if he's good enough.
And by the way, the environment they're creating, Alex, is one for him to stay on an extra year, because if you have the depth and you have the youth around him, he doesn't have to carry the damn thing, right, all the time. And so then if he stays away from like international competition, if he retires from that and all that in 2026, if it's a season where, hey, he's not playing in Leagues Cup, he's not playing in US Open Cup, he's just going to play MLS and no international, he could do 2026. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That if you take off all that wear and tear off all of that. Oh, and by the way, let's not have a preseason where you travel 50,000 miles. Maybe that might be an option too, that kind of stuff. And so I get it. You're trying to sell your brand and all that. But if you do those kind of things where he just has to worry about the MLS season in 2026, and he has a deep team around him where you can pace him, no problem. None.
Yeah, and let's see if it would be a marketing genius for Inter Miami if they can keep on Messi, Busquets until 2026 and have them open the stadium, and then maybe and the stadium when it's a World Cup year as well. Miami will be hosting some games, and that would be really good for the organization. And then heading into 2027, maybe they can go after another whale, another big free agent, superstar. So yeah, I know if they can.
Has he retired from that? Are you sure? Is he going to play in the next World Cup, or is he done?
Messi, he's not retired from the national team. I think it's really up to him. Really, I'm sure Argentine journalists were a little bit closer to the national team will know a little bit better. But yeah, like you said, Messi is his quality never really dips, and obviously physically, he'll start to decline a little bit and injuries, but his technical ability and footballing IQ is still there. So if he wants to play until 2026, he doesn't have anything to prove anymore. So, but if he wants to, no one's really stopping him. Really.
No, I'm with you there. All right. So what's your prediction for Saturday?
I don't know. I think Cincinnati, they're really good on the road as well. So, but Miami will want to get their lick back from that 6-1 loss, and Miami, they had a pretty long layoffs, as did Cincinnati from the Leagues Cup. So, but Miami's really good at home, and they'll feel more comfortable there. So I do think Miami will push for a win. I'll say 3-2 in favor of Miami. I think Cincinnati will get their goals, but Miami, they're really comfortable at home, and even without Messi, they're able to score with, Matias Rojas, Suarez, Gomez. They're in really good goal scoring form right now, and Redondo as well. Even though he's a midfielder.
Energy. Jesus, he's the Energizer Bunny, dude. He is
Redondo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, he is active. Wow.
That's why they went out and got him, he's a highly touted prospect, and he's capable of playing that deep lying midfield role, and he's also been tactically evolving into playing a bit of a central midfield role where he gets up and scores a little bit. So, a great signing.
I just love his never say die attitude. He never gives up, and he leaves every ounce of energy out there, and I love that. And this team has more athleticism, has more youth, and has even more speed on the outside because, my Lord, they were slow as molasses a few years back. You remember?
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of Inter Miami fans from the OGs who were there in 2018 when the team got announced, and in 2020 during the COVID year, they remember the days when they had Diego Alonso and the team was playing really slow and lackadaisical football, and to see the change now when you have a manager like Tata who can, does have his faults, but I would say a better coach than what Miami had previously. And they obviously have better players now. So, right now, as a journalist covering it, to see the difference, it's truly night and day. And, it's just all about enjoying the ride and covering it well and giving fans the best access to this team that we're witnessing right now. And, yeah, it's been a really cool thing to cover so far.
Yeah, Diego Alonso can make it on the cover of GQ. There's no doubt about that. That's where he was excelling. There's no.
He wore a suit well,
but that won't be on the cover of GQ. He'll be on coaching. He'll be on Coaching Digest. Is where he'll be. That's
right.
All right. So tell them about the Heron's Nest so they all can subscribe.
Right, the Heron's Nest is my Substack where you can keep updated with everything Inter Miami. I do player ratings, 3 takeaways usually after most matches. I've delved into a little bit of, fandom culture. Just recently, Homage released this really cool T-shirt that they were kind enough to send me, and yeah, it just exemplifies Inter Miami and how much they've grown as a brand. And you can find that on my Substack at the Heron's Nest, and you can find my Twitter, my portfolio. I have a chat there as well where you can just ask questions if you're curious about the team, or, if you want to live watch the games as well. So theheronsnest.substack.com, and you can find me on X/Twitter at AAW_1998.
And she's a great follow on Twitter too, because also during the game, she'll be dropping nuggets and stuff that she's seen and all that stuff, and then covering practice and everything. So if you're an Inter Miami fan, Alex is definitely a must follow. Extremely knowledgeable. Love having her on. Alex, have a fantastic week. Enjoy the football. We will catch up down the line. Thank you.
Thanks, Orlando. Thanks for having me on.
You got it. There you go. Alex Windley. She does an excellent job. Please subscribe to the Heron's Nest and follow her on Twitter at AAW_1998. All right. Big O, would you consider picking up Tyler Heineke in Atlanta? They won't. I don't believe they'll release him. They'll probably keep him around because he's got experience as a third guy. Huh? Oh, Darius Robinson. I think they'll keep, dude. I think White is your guy. I think White is the number 2. And Taylor Heineke is not going to save your season either, by the way. So it's that those guys aren't the answers. Let's see, if the Dolphins don't win a playoff game, who do we blame? Well, why don't you wait till the season? Yeah, exactly, McMillan. I'll blame you, bro. I mean, why don't we wait for this? We haven't even played one game yet. Can we start playing the season? It's you want to blame something when you're so perfect, dude, for all these people that love sensationalism and bullshit. You're the kind of guy that falls for all that. Think about what you're doing already. You're already looking to blame something for something that hasn't happened. I know you can't even answer that. It's like a ridiculous hypothetical. Big O, breaking news. Oh, this must be good here. Trump is visiting the Arizona border, and Arizona police are in search of a man who was close by. And I'm sure whatever. I don't know. Is there any truth to that? Well, did he get that from some bogus ass site or something? Let me see if I got anything on because I actually follow good news sites. Not like you guys that watch Fox and CNN and stuff like that. I'll check it out and see if I see anything from something legitimate. Huh? But it's Fox. Okay. Anything legit outside of Fox? I don't see anything outside of Fox. Sputnik has it. Sputnik is? Oh, okay. Arizona threatened to assassinate U.S. President Trump. Okay. Well, get his ass and put his ass in jail forever. That's what I would do with people like that. I don't give them a break. Put them in jail forever. Or you shoot them right on sight like they did last time. That's all. That's what you do. Hopefully they'll catch whoever it is, Oscar. Even if I'm not a Trump fan, you got to go with you got to protect any candidate, no matter what. All these games from here on out for Inter are huge. They need to retain that home field advantage in the playoffs. I agree, right? Let's see. When does Messi come back? Well, you heard her. They're maybe targeting middle of September. So that's you got that there. InterMiami should have kept Diego Gomez. Well, they've got a good front office. They keep loading. You make money too. That's kind of what you do in this business. You develop players and you also sell them for more money than what you purchased them. And if you have a pipeline where you're developing more and you have an eye for it, you're going to be able to replace that person with other people. Look at Ian Frey. He's playing for the Miners. And that guy's been terrific since he came, but he's come back from a couple of knee injuries. So you've got to be, very careful with all of that, Big O, did you see Clinton last night? He looks older and his voice sounds older than Biden, and he's younger. I guess it's all that partying. Wait, he's always sounded like that. Come here, little lady. I got a cigar for you. He's always sounded like that. That's always kind of been, and he's almost 80, bro. I mean, I hope I'm in that good shape, dude, when I'm 80, man. Guy's 78 or 79, I think. Something like that. I don't know, man. I'll take that. That's pretty good. I'm 57, and I don't even know if I'm going to get there, bro. I can't. There's no way I can pick on anybody that's nearly 80 years old. And although, you know what is funny? I watch the RNC and the DNC, all right, because, I follow politics. I follow it all. I don't care about either side again. Jesus Christ. But it's hilarious, dude. The RNC can't get any A-listers. Trump can't use any of the music. He gets censored by everybody, and nobody wants to be associated with him. Then you watch the Democratic convention, and it's better than the American Music Awards. Yesterday, Stevie Wonder and John Legend were performing, and others too, and all kinds of famous names and actors and everything there, Freaking Oprah was there and all that stuff, right? And it's interesting, right? Because you look at it, right? And 2 presidents were there, former presidents, vice presidents back up their side. Doesn't matter if it's Biden or Kamala or Obama or whatever. The other presidents are there for them, right? The other guy for Trump, no former presidents are there backing him up. Bush Jr. is not there. That doesn't back him up. His own VP, who he wanted hung, pretty much, is not backing him up. No, none of the people that he worked with in the White House. It's like, it's the weirdest thing, dude. Like, we've never had a candidate on either aisle like this guy that nobody wants to be associated with. Nobody. The people that worked with him, the people that came before him. Dude, I was watching the Democratic Party with Republicans talking anti-Trump. I've never seen that. Only with Trump. Nikki Haley dropped out of the race for 2 months. She was still getting 20% of the vote. I've never seen any of this. She dropped out of the race, and her PAC went and supported Harris. I've never seen this. I've never seen it. Never seen this. I watched the Republican convention. There was no Democrats talking for them. Like, this is crazy. Like a lieutenant governor Republican was talking yesterday. It's like, and I mean, it's just nuts, man. I've never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like this. Wow. Anyway, you know what the DNC is good for? You keep the volume down the entire time. Okay. And then you see, oh, it's John Legend. Shh. Oh, it's Stevie Wonder. So that's all you do. You just keep it down the entire time. And then when you have an artist, because you're not going to, what are you going to get, Kid Rock? Like, their A-listers were like D-listers, Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan. Oh, man, it's crazy, dude. Crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Nuts. But anyway, it is what it is. Donardo, good afternoon, sir. Rosendo, good afternoon, sir. Yes. Brian, so who's to blame? The orange man is the only one to blame. Clinton is still younger than the orange head, but looks and sounds older for sure. Well, but he's always had that gravelly voice. You know, when you have that gravelly voice, it doesn't age well. Like Bush, what's her name? God. Sophia Bush. Sophia Bush has that gravelly voice. It won't age well. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the way it goes, unfortunately, for people that have that gravelly voice. It's not something that ages well. It gets more gravelly. You know, unfortunately. Big O, what's the best city in Florida to raise my 4 kids? 9-year-old boys, 7-year-old twins. Oh, man. God's child. That's I would probably go the Ocala area. Definitely not South Florida. The West Coast, like Tampa, St. Pete's, already getting really crowded. Although I do love Martin County and Port St. Lucie and all that. That's really nice. I like that area. the Treasure Coast area. That's really, really good. I think that Treasure Coast area and the Ocala area are probably more of the areas that I would go to for families instead of South Florida or already the West Coast where that's getting a little, packed. So yeah, that's where I would go. I would look for those two areas, my brother. Okay. So I'm looking for a second passport. I know Kamala's coming. They're going to tax like crazy. I need to go somewhere else. I don't know if I can afford to live here anymore. Oh man, that's crazy. All right, let's get to a little music and break it down. Let's start off with musicians before I do have something I have one more Dolphins thing I want to get to also on this show. All right, here we go. Let's start off with musicians born on this date today. Dua Lipa, the English singer-songwriter. And she was born in 1995. Howie D from the Backstreet Boys, 1973, celebrating a birthday. Paul Duchetti from Matchbox 20, born in 1972. Lane Staley, rest in peace, lead singer for Alice in Chains, born on this date in 1967. We lost him from an overdose in 2002. James DeBarge from the DeBarge family, born on this date in 1963. That's when they had the rhythm of the night. In 1963, Tori Amos was born on this date. The singer. Debbie Peterson with the Bangles, born on this date. Let's see. Roland Orzabal from Tears for Fears, one of the two lead guys, born on this date in 1961. A lot of people on this one. Ian Mitchell from the Bay City Rollers. A Saturday night. SATURDAY night. Vernon Reed from Living Color, born in 1958 on this date. Speaking of a cult of personality, Evelyn Thomas, high energy. Your love is lifting me high. 1953. She was born on this date. Let's see. Who else? Ron Dante, singer-songwriter for the Archies. Sugar, Sugar. And that's it for musicians born on this date. Let's go with famous people born on this date. Why don't we do that? And we will start off with, I see a wrestler here. I'm sure you'll have it. Well, you never know. At least I ran into one. Ty Burrell, actor, 57, not a wrestler. Kristen Wiig, actress, not a wrestler, 51. Who else is famous celebrating birthdays today? Giada De Laurentiis, the chef. She is 54. Max Crosby, Raider, defensive end, 27 years old. And that is it for famous people. Sean, give me wrestlers born on this date.
Precious Paul Ellering, Road Warriors manager. Now he's with the Final Testament. Is 71. Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat is 66. Apollo Crews is 37. Pac turns 38. Jimmy Uso
there you go.
turns 39. And it's time to yeet and yeet all over yourselves, because if Jimmy Uso is 39, that means his twin brother Jay Uso must be 39 as well. Yeet. That's your birthdays for August 22nd.
Thank you, sir. Okay. That was I was wondering when you were getting to the Jimmy Uso, because that's the one that was on there. They didn't have anything. They only had that one Uso.
Jay is more popular than Jimmy.
Oh, wait a minute. They had Jimmy Uso. So Jay's more popular? So let me
Jimmy's
see.
been out injured for a while.
Okay, let me see if Jay is here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Jey, J.E. Uso. There it is. My bad. Okay. We got it. We're complete with the Usos. Okay. All right, let's go with music history on this date. In August 22nd in 2008, Metallica, The Day Never Comes. It's the first single off Death Magnetic. I remember seeing that tour at the Amerant Bank Arena, actually. In 1968, a day before their 6th anniversary, John Lennon's wife, Cynthia, sued the Beatles for divorce after discovering Yoko Ono living in their London home. How dare you? In 2006, Keen singer Tom Chaplin revealed he was undergoing treatment for alcohol and drug abuse. In 1970, Creedence Clearwater Revival started a 9-week run at #1 on the album charts with their 5th album, Cosmo's Factory. The record included the hit song, Who'll Stop the Rain? In 68, Ringo Starr quit the Beatles as they were making the White Album. Constant tension and bickering became too much for him. His departure was kept secret, and he rejoined the band 3 weeks later. In 2007, former Savage Garden singer Darren Hayes was arrested on suspicion of racially abusing a member of the staff at a Thai restaurant in London. In 81, Foreigner had the #1 album with Foreigner, Quattro, which spent 10 weeks on the album charts, at the top of the album charts. And I saw that tour at the Rock Super Bowl in the Orange Bowl. And that is what happened today in music history. All right. All right. Oh, man. What else do we have to talk about? The volcano is building. And I got to tell you, I am super happy because I've seen this kind of thing happen before with other athletes. And sometimes what I love about this is that they have overlooked this young man. And I'm talking about Tua Tagovailoa. And a lot of people have overlooked him. And that's the reason why he continues to prove people wrong on a consistent basis. And whether you're Michael Jordan, whether you're maybe even an Alex Smith that is not considered a great player, but athletes have a tendency, and I think other people might do it in different walks of life, but they don't face that kind of criticism like athletes do. And they feed off of stuff like this. And I think Tua feeds off of, you think he can't throw deep. You think he can't run a high-powered offense. You think he can't win. You think he can't stay healthy. All of those kind of things, I think he kind of feeds off of that. Oh, he can't be a franchise player. You know, oh, he's not tough enough. And it's like, well, wait a minute. He comes back from broken ribs and a finger in the middle of a season. He comes back from a concussion in the middle of the season. Comes back from a broken hip. He comes back from a coach that absolutely is trying to sabotage his career the first couple of years. Like literally trying to sabotage his career for a couple of years, and he comes back. So if you want to doubt him, it's great because that's what these athletes do. And if Marino gets drafted at number, 23, 25 or something in the first round, you're doubted. You're doubted because of your character. You're doubted because you threw too many interceptions your senior year. You're doubted because they think you're a party guy and you're a toot head, right? All those kind of things were floating around for Marino. And I think whether it doesn't matter what you are, I think when people doubt you and you have enough belief in yourself to overcome all of that, and I think the whole Flo situation, if that didn't derail his career like it would have derailed many others, nothing's going to derail his career. So if you want to sit there and doubt the kid, you go ahead, because he does whatever it takes. He fixes his body. He adjusts to whatever it needs. This is the best part about how this whole volcano is building up and what people don't realize. There are stages. He got into the league injured, where he was recovering from a major injury and didn't have the support staff around him at all to be successful. In fact, he had somebody that was actually, going against him only because he was bitter that the front office wanted Tua and he didn't. And that's why he treated Tua like shit, by the way. Okay? So he survived all of that. Now he knows the offense inside and out. It's his third year in the same offense with the same coach, with the same quarterbacks coach. Okay? He now knows the division because he's been playing in the division for a couple of years, and now he's going into his third year playing in the same division. He knows the players. He's been playing with these guys for a couple of years now. He knows the defensive players that he's been facing for the last couple of years. He knows some of the defensive coordinators and some of the head coaches that he's faced the last couple of years. He knows their tendencies. So you want to keep doing all of that. Okay? So now he knows his body. He's peaking at the right time. He's super comfortable mentally. His leadership is probably, at its peak. This is the perfect time to continue to go ahead and doubt this kid, because this volcano is going to explode, and it's going to be great for those of us that, some of you that had to, live the hateful rhetoric and want to keep picking on the kid for all kinds of stupid shit that most of it has nothing to do with him. You go ahead, because you're the one that's going to end up looking bad. But this volcano is exploding this year, and everything has just come perfectly for him. If that line holds up in front of him, sky's the limit for Tua. Sky's the limit. If, like I said, like a Peyton Manning, like a Tom Brady, like a Drew Brees, like a Bob Greasy, like any of those quarterbacks that are terrific passers, Joe Montana, whatever, block for those guys. They're not gonna win games running 70 yards a game and all that kind. That's not who they are. They're gonna win with their eyes and their mind, and that's what that guy does. And that's the only caveat to all of this. If they block in front of him, it's over, because everything else has fallen into place. Athletically, he looks really now super comfortable. He looks like he can move around better than he ever has. He looks the strongest he's been, because obviously he got in where he had to. He didn't have a strong core when he got in his first year. They sliced that thing up 9 months before he started. That was enough to heal not to strengthen back up that core. That took another year. And then other things came up with the whole concussion thing, and then he had to go another way with his body, and now he's gone the other way with his body. You know what I'm saying? So this is the most beautiful time for those of us that believe in the kid, and those of you that don't, you're going to look pretty bad because the eruption's going to be beautiful. And this guy looks comfortable and confident, and thanks to the environment, it's going to allow him to succeed. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Can't wait. Wouldn't it be epic if Trump got Marilyn Manson and Metallica to play for the next Republic? Now, that would be good. They would never do it. I don't know. Maybe Manson would. I mean, he's got enough problems as it is. He is charged with his own sexual assault, so he might go with that. That might fit. Problem is that nobody will play for that guy, unfortunately. That's his issue. He had it, bro. He had the presidency. He was beating Biden. Hands down, he was beating Biden. He was going to beat a corpse. But unfortunately, now it's funny because I said this, he knows it. I said it 2 years ago. I said this 2 years ago on the show. If anybody, you can go back and check it out. This election was handed to the Republicans. Handed. I said this before the midterms. I said this election was handed to the Republicans. All they had to do was pick anybody except Trump. If they pick anybody, they win easily. Pretty much. Anybody. Doesn't matter. A Muppet they could have picked. And they would have won. People would have gone with the change. They picked the one guy that is the least liked person in the history of politics. The one guy. And then they get lucky that the Dems candidate becomes a corpse. He got old fast, but the Dems were smart. They pushed him out. Republicans, not so smart. They don't push him out because they've got that small group that's, out of control, and they're afraid of it. And so now they've the one guy, and so now he's going to lose to Harris. He had it. Stolen right there from the jaws of victory. It's crazy. That's why I'm working on a second passport, because Harris is going to be taxing the hell out of us. I can't retire here. I won't be able to afford to retire here, bro. So I'm out of here. I don't care about either side. I call it like I see it, and that's it, bro. I told you guys, if Trump wins, I benefit because I'm a Bitcoin guy, but he ain't winning anymore. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is for you Trumpies out there. He ain't winning anymore. And the Republicans easily could have won this election with anybody else. Didn't matter who the Republicans would have made a change with. They made themselves vulnerable with the one guy that makes them vulnerable. It's crazy. It's a nutty story. So all I say is learn about Bitcoin, learn about our money, and you'll never care about Democrats or Republicans again. That's all I can tell you. It'll detach you from all of it, and you won't care. Big O, little music trivia. What artist that performed in Live Aid in '85 sang nothing but cover songs? Jesus, that's pretty bad. Musical Youth? Oh, he did? Let me see. Clue, the artist shares the name of another famous rock star. God, I don't know. Why would they play? Because at least Musical Youth has passed the Dutchie. Oh, no, that was Live Aid. Did you say Live Aid? It is Live Aid, yeah. God, who would play only... I don't know who would play just... that doesn't make any sense. God, they didn't have their own songs to play? You would go to Live Aid and not play your own music? That's weird. Weird. Wow. Didn't know that. Didn't know that. Love watching the videos from different bands from Live Aid and the performances, man. They're all over YouTube. It's fantastic. So, let's see. Comparing Tua to a volcano because he's from Hawaii. Genius. Oh, well, you know, we do some things that sometimes rhyme and have some reason. And then sometimes we do things that have no reason. Let's see. Wow, Big O. CCR, what a great band. Yes, they were. Howard Twilley is still living in his 80s, original Dolphin. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'll take 80 every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Big O, me and my son are watching you right now. Wish him luck on his first game of the season, bro. Plus, he starts boxing in 3 weeks, like father, like son. Good luck, my brother. There you go. And stay disciplined at the plate. Don't swing at crap. Okay? Stay disciplined. Keep a disciplined eye. Okay? Good luck. Kick ass. And then kick ass again in boxing, by the way. Let's see. I just got into Bitcoin because of Big O. Remember, swan.com. Okay, your first 10,000 fee free, and all transfers fee free. And when you go to swan.com, sign on first, put your email and sign on so you can try to win a Bitcoin. They're giving away a whole Bitcoin in November. And nothing would make me happier than one of us winning it. Obviously, it would make me really happy if I win it. But if I can't win it, Sean or True Fin Fan or Skylar or Willie or any of you out there, Oscar, whatever, Pat in Asheville, all of you out there. So follow the instructions and good luck to you. I love Elvis Costello. It was Elvis Costello? Really, Oscar? Wow. There's got to be a story behind that. Why would he do that? He has great music. Wow, that's, man. Jonathan says, no way Trump loses to Harris. Oh, fair election. You're one of those too. Jonathan, let me do the math for you, my brother. You know, because it's like your fair election stuff. Stop being programmed, dude. Trump lost by 3 million votes to Hillary. He didn't win the popular vote. He won the electoral. He lost by 7 million to Biden. Okay? Then he lost in the midterms. He had 7 people he put in to try to get elected into the House. So if he gets in, it helps him pass stuff and all that. All 7 lost. In the last year, 4 Republicans have left the House and retired or left before their term was over because they couldn't stand the far right. Look it up. The Republicans have lost strength in the House because people have left, and now it opens the seats for others, including George Santos, by the way, who didn't leave, was kicked out. All right. Then Nikki Haley's running against Trump and drops out of the race, and for 2 months, she's getting 20% of the vote. Then after, her PAC leaves and goes to support Harris. Okay? Last night at the convention, or the last couple of nights, there are Republicans at the Democratic convention talking against Trump. Never seen that before. If you don't read the writing on the wall, dude, there's Republicans against Trump. That doesn't exist on the other side. None of that exists. There aren't Democrats going to the Republican convention and talking. There aren't Democrat PACs that are now supporting Trump. I get it, dude. It's Jonathan, right? You said it. I get it, dude. You're a Trumpy. And a lot of you Trumpies, you have no facts, bro. You're so uneducated when it comes to politics. You might be a smart man in engineering or in art or in science or in music or something, but when it comes to politics, a lot of you Trumpies, one of the things I've learned, you're as uneducated as it gets. And if you don't see the writing on the wall, like the guy's disliked by even his own people. No presidents are backing up Trump. Where's Bush Jr., dude? Now the presidents are backing up everyone in the Democratic Party. Where's his own vice president? Oh, that's right. He wanted him hung. You know, I mean, Jonathan, bro, you can think whatever you want, but I don't care about either one. In fact, I benefit from Republicans winning, as I've said over and over again. Big time, I benefit from Republicans winning. But I do a show and I do things objectively. I'm not a little fanboy like you. And I don't, and my voter's registration card still says Republican on it. Okay? But I don't care about either party, my brother. I don't. And like I tell you, I'm working on another residency and passport because what's coming is a bunch of taxes. So, but hey, Jonathan, you can live blindly if you want, bro. I know what Democrats are and I know what Republicans are and I know what Trumpies are. So, but I know at least I'm comfortable with it. You know what I mean? But I don't live a blind life, my brother. I know what our money is. That's why I'm going to Bitcoin. I see our politics. That's why I'm looking for another passport. But hey, you can think whatever you want, bro. You want to be fanboy and fanboy Democrat, fanboy Republican? You go ahead, my brother. Good for you. You don't want to have an education and actually really know what's going on? I can't help you, man. I can't help you, Jonathan. I really can't, my brother. You said the election was rigged. You said no way Trump loses to Harris in a fair election. You're already assuming that 2020 wasn't. You're already programmed. 2020 was more than fair, my brother. It's all part of the entire. I showed you chronologically. I have shown you what's gone on. Okay? Chronologically, I have shown you the trend. So the fact that you said that in a fair election, they've all been fair, bro. He lost fairly. You assumed he didn't by saying that. That's what we call in life a Freudian slip. Jonathan, you're a guy that plays checkers. I play chess, my brother. Okay? Just quit while you're already like way behind. Okay? You and I are like the 1,500 or 5,000 runner in the Olympics that like I'm like 800 lengths in front of you. Yeah, like I finished and like I'm sitting on the sidelines getting sun and relaxing and like, oh hey Jonathan, oh nice for you to finish. Quit, bro. Quit while you're way behind. And you are way behind. Okay? So, anyway, I'm really too younger to remember Live Aid when it happened, but the legendary performances, yeah. It's and the goodwill, of course, which is beautiful. It's not worth your time and energy to explain to people like Jonathan. They don't listen. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. And the worst part is if you think you're a Democrat or Republican, you think we're well off, bro, we're so screwed either way. It's just, I keep trying to explain that to you all. It's not like I'm trying to defend one or the other. I'm not. Trump had it, bro. He had it. And then when Biden got kicked out, which the Democrats did the smart thing, they knew they were going to lose. But the other side, they don't see anything. They don't see what's going on. They don't see the trend. They're like Jonathan Cagle, completely lost. They don't see the trend, But that's all right, man. Whatever, bro. Wrong. Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. Okay. I'll go with also hot. Big O, why bother? Because I try to educate. From now on, every Dolphin game, we lose in saying it's rigged. Right. Well, that's how it is nowadays. If it doesn't go your way, it must be rigged. It's pathetic, bro. What can you do? It is what it is. Both sides are sad, and we're stuck in the middle, and we're so screwed. So it doesn't matter. Don't forget, folks, you can make a donation anytime, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, as you all know, it is my favorite donations because those are perpetual donations. And my daughter thanks you because it's really where it's going. The Bitcoin one. I'm keeping the Ethereum. Bitcoin for her, Ethereum for me. So, that's kind of the way it is. So, Danny says, Trump still has it. Disease? What does he have? Stupidity? What does he have? You just lost Jonathan with a Freudian slip. I knew the music died when Buddy Holly left, but Richie Valens and the Big Bopper, that popular. They were, but I don't know if music died then. I still love music now. There's still plenty of people that I love to listen to. So I change I don't listen to everything new, but I change with some of the times. Anyway, we're out of here. We thank, of course, the Brunetti family as always. And Steve Calabro came by, but unfortunately had to go to a meeting, so he couldn't join us. Thank, of course, Alex Windley. So if you missed the Inter-Miami talk, you can rewind and check it out. Sean Stanley, you're a stud, sir. We'll see you all tomorrow morning, man. Back to our 10 a.m. slot. It's a beautiful thing, and we're in studio tomorrow, 10 a.m. Y'all be good out there. Much love.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.